Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love Harmony. I hope you are having an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you are returning, thank you for coming to watch yet another video. All right, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so today I want to talk about this whole idea of thinking positively. You have likely been told by friends or people around you throughout your life to just think positively in any given situation. And they're essentially telling you to control your thoughts. That if you just think positive, everything in your life will magically change. This is a very common thing that people hear from someone else. Just think positive. It's okay. It's not that bad. Just be positive. That mindset alone is incomplete. It is literally an incomplete idea. So that's why I call it rubbish. Is there truth in it? Yes. And that's what I want to talk about today. So what is the complete idea that can actually help you change your life? I want to share with you how I finally stopped trying to control my thoughts and how I learned how to think more positively, not by controlling my thoughts, but by becoming the positivity. Action leads to positive thinking. You have to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit before you will start to see a difference in the way you're thinking. You need to feel good before the positive thoughts can truly take root. So here are some examples. Do something today that makes you feel good physically, whether it's going outside for a walk, whether it's doing yoga, dancing, just being out in nature, like literally just going outside your house and just sitting outside would do. It doesn't have to be a big thing that you have to plan for. Just doing something for yourself to give yourself a few minutes of reflection, of free thought, a few minutes of you time. Secondly, do something that is emotionally nourishing, right? So first we talk about the physical nourishing. Now we're talking about the emotional nourishment. Call someone you love. Play with your pet if you have one. Like I have 2 cats, and every single day I literally sit there and pet them and love on them. And it does give me a really good feeling. If you can, do any type of emotional release, even screaming can be helpful sometimes. And number 3, do something mentally uplifting. Okay. So read a book, meditate, journal, write down what you're grateful for. One particular thing that I like, which I'll do a whole different video on probably, is called the Power 9, where you write down, or if you have like a friend or a partner that you see on a daily basis, you can also do this with them verbally to each other, but you write down 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're excited about, and 3 things that you're manifesting. And I'm telling you, if you do this on a daily basis, it is awesome. Like it really does just kind of bring what's most important into your awareness. And that's really powerful. And I recommend doing it in the morning if you can. And that's something that you can do by yourself. You don't have to do it with anyone else. And just being grateful could be, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have hot water in my house and food. I'm grateful, I don't know, whatever else. Sorry, I drew a blank there. Remember how I'm trying to be more authentic in my videos? This is me trying to be more authentic. Now, here is something else that has really helped me. You are not your thoughts. Okay, this is the basis of almost Every spiritual teaching or spiritual guru, they usually bring this idea up that you are not your thoughts. That intrusive voice in your head, the one that tells you that you're failing, you're unworthy, you're not good enough, or that you'll never get it right, it's not you. And I know it's hard to believe because it feels so real. Those thoughts are so painful and they do so much damage to us internally. They can. But basically, it is your ego. Or in other words, it can be your inner child. I like to call it my inner child. That feels most true to me because your ego or your inner child, it's trying to protect you. Okay. So it's trying to keep you from doing things that the little child inside you views as scary or potentially dangerous. And it's a story. It's not you. Okay. And even if these stories show up 100 times a day in our heads, it still doesn't mean that it's true. I personally have had thoughts that make me feel ashamed, that make me feel downright terrified. I spiral a lot about what if things when I'm having bad anxiety. Like I drive a motorbike every day here in Thailand. So I think, if I'm having bad anxiety, I'll get on my bike and then I'll think, oh, what if I get in an accident? What if this happens? Or what if someone that I care about here on the island gets in an accident and I lose them? I mean, I really do spiral about these things all the time. And I just have to tell myself when I have those thoughts, it's not about stopping the thoughts from coming through. It's about how you respond or react to the thoughts. And you want to get to a point where you can respond to them and you're not reacting, because there is a difference. I could do a whole other video on that, responding versus reacting. So even if you have these negative or intrusive thoughts, I just want you to know that it is still possible for you to be successful. It is still possible for you to fall in love. It is still possible for you to make your dreams come true, for you to move to that special place that you've always wanted to live. What are you doing, Simba? Sorry, I see my cat moving back there. I just had an ADHD moment. It is still possible for you to be happy, even with all the noise in your mind. It is still possible. And if you take nothing else from this video, I want you to remember this. You do not need to control your thoughts or only have positive thoughts in order to love yourself, okay? You just need to stop believing the thoughts. When you get to a point where you can have these negative thoughts and you can respond back to yourself by saying, oh, that's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. Or that's not true, what my mind is saying to myself. Actually, I have a movie recommendation for you. I think the movie is called Violet, and it's about a woman. And she has like a really demanding job. I think she's in marketing. I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure. I remember I watched it about a year ago and it made a huge impact on me. But basically, you hear her internal monologue the entire movie. So you hear her internal monologue and then you see what she actually says and how she interacts and responds to the world. And it is so powerful and so relatable. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I highly recommend checking out that movie. I will put a link for the trailer in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's called Violet, Violet. So besides taking action and doing things for yourself, how else do you actually start thinking more positively? Number one, accept your thoughts without judgment. When a negative thought comes in, say, interesting, or damn, Harmony, that was dark. Okay, learn how to even bring some humor into it if you can. That is the art of detaching from it. You realize your thoughts are not you, they're two separate things. Don't force positivity, is number two. You build it, okay? You do not have to be positive all the time. You build it through action. Number three, create more than you consume. This is something that I touched on in one of my previous, most recent videos, and I'm going to do a whole separate video on this because I think it's so important and so impactful. But basically, anxiety loves overconsumption. So, social media, information in general, opinions of others, when you create, whether it's journaling, painting, moving your body, helping someone else, you shift away from chaos and you move into connection. So focus your time on creating more than you consume. And again, I'm going to go deeper into this in another video. Number four, talk to yourself like someone you love. When these negative thoughts come through, talk to your inner child, okay? You can't bully yourself into healing. Kindness and compassion for yourself, they are the only thing that works long term. And I'm speaking from personal experience. And lastly, number five, anchor yourself into the now. Presence is where positive thinking comes from. When you're worried about the future or you're stuck in the past, come back to your breath, feel into your body, be here right now. If you've made it this far, I want to say something. You are already doing the work. You're not waiting for the perfect moment. You are doing the work now. You're listening, you're seeking something better, and that's enough to change your life. Just simply the action of and the desire to want to improve your life, that's all you need. And the rest comes down to the actual actions. If this helped you, please share it with someone you love. I appreciate you being here so much. And also let me know in the comments, what is one small thing that you do for yourself? I want to cheer you on. So please tell me. All right. I wish you a great day or night wherever you are in the world. I am sending you so much love. And thanks again for being here. Love, Harmony.